Emia means presence in blood.
Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be ranking up, and we are going to be doing it with Ghoti Sprights. We're going from duel level 19 to duel level max. Let's go. Alright, so I got this deck list idea from someone on Reddit called Tomathor. So Tomathor, if you watch my channel, thank you for the inspiration. I did make a couple changes though, which I will go through at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that quality content. Opponent playing tier limits, Pot of Prosperity into a Merly. Gonna mill some cards. We're gonna Ash Blossom, stop the mills, and opponent has no more plays. Okay, in retrospect, probably should use that Imperm, but we'll see. Paces, normal summon. Alright, now this is Sprite Ghoti, I promise you, even though it looks like this is a Ghoti deck right now. We're just very heavy in Ghoti hand. So we're gonna Paces. Paces banished itself to summon. Now we were gonna summon that Beautiful, and I'm really regretting using that Ash Blossom on the Merly. Should have used that Imperm, but I really thought they'd have a follow-up. Alright, anyway. That Prismatic Maxi taunting us gonna draw a billion cards, so instead of summoning the Beautiful, making them draw a billion cards, we're gonna make them draw half a billion cards by summoning the Zep, and then using the Ready Fusion. Ready Fusion? I know it's expensive. I know it's a UR and it's expensive, but look what you can do. Alright, watch this. Pay 1,000 life points. We're going to summon that Roaring Ocean Snake. I found room for the Roaring Ocean Snake. Go straight into the Azcan. Azcan, we're giving him half a billion. I said half a billion. Alright. Banish that back row opponent. Got Havness, of course. Get that Havness. We're going to banish the back row. It was an evenly matched, so that was not doing anything against us. But you know what? We're not here. We're not here to play safe. We're here to get rid of opponent's threats. And right now, that back row could have been anything. Okay, so we only gave opponent probably 4 or 5 cards. So, you know, I think we got this, all right? Hitting us with the Maxi again. That is extremely rude. But, you know, I always say this, all right? Don't overestimate your enemy. Just because they're playing tier limits, and you're like, you know, they're the best deck ever. It's easy for them. They're going to win. Look at them. They don't know what they're doing. Look how many things they just put onto the field. All right? Trying to activate that Scream to mill cards. We're going to negate. Opponent is walking right into our fish-based trap. Opponent set into defense mode, trying to end the turn. Look at this. Look what they did. They set so much back row. It's time for the Deep Beyond. Alright, opponent, you may have drawn a billion cards with 2 copies of Maxi, but we're going to banish everything. Opponent top deck Primeval Planet. I'm certain they top decked it. They definitely would have ripped it if they'd had it before. Adds a Prismatic Sheeran. We got ourselves a bit of a whale here. Look at all these prismatic cards. Discarding that Maxi to mill a bunch of cards. Milling a Hollow Kelbeck. Another foil Sheeran. Opponent just almost fully blinged out deck. I wish we could look at the deck list to see how blinged out this is. But we got nothing on the field right now. Our Go to Deep Beyond's coming back. An opponent going into a Bagooska in defense mode. This is turtle mode. This is what tier limits do when they think they're losing. I always say this. They get scared and they make Bagooska. And they're like, I'll just hold Bagooska. I'll be safe. Oh, you're not safe, opponent. Go to Deep Beyond. Switch to defense mode. Let's set this call by. Opponent, what do you got? What have you got? Detaching a material. They're forced to. You only got 2 more turns of Bagooska. Opponent missed their chance to make a Zeus with the Bagooska now. We're going to pass to them. Now Bagooska has only 0 materials. Opponent Merly gonna mill. We're going to Ash it again. I haven't learned my lesson. Look at this. See, this guy is new. He's new to Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know how he got at duel level 19, but he's activating his Shuffler to shuffle our Ash Blossom. That does not negate the Ash Blossom. Opponent giving it their best shot though. This is duel level 19, first time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, that's negated. Opponent does get to shuffle, shuffle with the Primeval Planet, pop with the Primeval Planet because they shuffle tier elements in. Let's banish their Keldo from the graveyard. Opponent not even responding with the Keldo to shuffle, letting it get banished. They get to pop our Ghoti though. Alright, they're playing terribly, but they're playing such a good deck that they're still doing okay. Alright, we got the Beautiful. We get another draw. Evenly matched. Alright, let's clear it. Opponent, clearly, you're going to keep either the Primeval Planet, which is really good, or the Merly so you can do more plays. Because Bagooska is getting popped on your next turn. So that the right choice, Merly or Primeval Planet. Opponent keeps the Baguska. Baguskas, that just the drunk tapir is giving him emotional support, and he needs it right now. All right, let's summon that lifeless leaf fish. Go into more, and I promise you, we are playing sprites in this deck. We haven't seen a single sprite, but we're banishing, and we're going into more Ghoti plays. Shift coming back. Baguska popping itself in its own confusion. His drunken stupor has ended. Opponent activating to send presumably a Tearlament to the graveyard. We're going to start doing our Synchro lines right now. We're going to banish by the time they fusion summon. Summon Arion Post. Activate Arion Post. Realizing opponent's milling. They sent a Miller. They didn't even send a Tearlament to fusion summon. I guess they don't have... Hold on, let's look at their graveyard here. They don't have any Tearlaments in their graveyard, so they needed to send a Miller to get lucky. Alright, now I'm realizing in our deck list we only have one Zep, so we cannot Synchro into Azcan. Not that opponent made something for us to pop anyway, but we're going to banish the Snopios instead. Opponent milled as Sheeran, and some other Tearlaments. We're going to banish the Azcan in our graveyard with our Snopios. Snopios come back to the hand. We got lots of fishes in our graveyard now. Lots of fishes, and where are our sprites? I don't think there's a single sprite card in the graveyard. Opponent making a Kikalos. Alright, now we can sneakily get rid of Kikalos if opponent activates Kikalos's second effect to target itself. We're going to banish 2 fishes from the graveyard. Summon Snopios, and Snopios is going to target that Kikalos. If it leaves the field, it gets banished instead, and often that will get rid of the Kikalos for a little bit. They can get it back. I've noticed a lot of Tearlament players are able to unbanish the Kikalos, but we're going to make it get banished if it leaves the field. Opponent, normal summoning Rhinoheart, fusion summoning into Rukalos, but you'll see, Kikalos banished forever now. Opponent hitting our Azcan. Got no other attacks though. Alright, back to our turn. Both of our fishes are coming back. Draw Dead Draw, Psyframe Gamma Gear. Talk about this later, but I'm not a fan of this card. Alright, it was in Buddy's deck list on Reddit. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know. Alright. Opponent chose to negate the summon effect of our Shift. So Shift stays banished forever. But Paces came back, and now we're going to Excel Stardust. Get a search with the Arion Post, but opponent shuffling it away. That is smart. That is smart. But they did not shuffle all of our tuners. So we got some tuners in the graveyard, so we're going to get them back. Get back that Shift, Synchro Summon, Baron de Fleur. Okay, so what's this back row? Alright, what am I thinking? This back row, I'm thinking this back row is probably a Sulliek. Sulliek will activate and negate Baron. So I want to hold Baron's negate for this Sulliek, but I can't just pop, I can just activate Baron and pop the Sulliek. But if I just activate Baron and pop the Sulliek, then I have no way of clearing this Rokalos. Because if Rokalos, I think it says something, if it leaves the field, yeah, sent to the field by a card effect, you can special summon it. So I gotta clear this field somehow. We're gonna pop the Rokalos. It's gonna come back. Now we're gonna go to battle, attack the Rokalos, crashing with our Baron, so it doesn't come back, crashing with Snopios, pass to the opponent. Our fish is coming back, so we can go into an 8 again on their turn. Opponent trying to pass. We're gonna banish their back row. They don't have a Tearlament on the field, and it was a crime, so they could have negated it if they had a Tearlament in hand. Azcan come back. Snopios come back. Alright, opponent ending. And now our fishes are coming back. Get back that Shift. Normal summon the Beautiful. And you know what? We haven't drawn a single sprite this whole game. We've been playing for 11, 12 turns. Now, no sprites. But we got the sprites, and I'll show them off right now. 2 fishes. Make Gigantic. Activate Gigantic. Opponent's like, what the? I thought this was a Ghoti deck. Now he's getting Sprite Blue, getting Sprite Jet. And opponent is out of here. They know they're done. Sprite combo too strong. Alright. That was quite the mission, alright? If you liked that game, if you liked the power of Ghoti sprites, make sure to stick around and make sure to subscribe. Let's go on to the next game. Alright. That was a long game. And we gotta grind all the way up to dual level max. And if all the games are that long, it's gonna take forever. So we're gonna try and get a bit faster, alright? Beautiful. Into Lifeless. Send a Shift to the graveyard. And I swear to you there are Sprights in this deck. I know you saw them in that last video. So you know there's Sprights in here. But sometimes you don't draw the Sprights. And you gotta do Ghoti things. Opponent. Playing Dinomorbs. Alright, well, doesn't really do much to banish this, but opponent's going to battle. They're going to attack our tuner. So we're going to Arion Post. Activate Arion Post. Banish the Zep. Zep come back. Summon the Azcan. Azcan. Going to banish. Arion Post. Going to search for a fish. Let's clear out this Dino Diplos. Get our Snopios. Azcan come back. And opponent playing Dinomorphia. Set in 4 back row. This is difficult. We got evenly matched, but we can't activate it when we have a card on field. So what we're going to do is throw on the 3rd evenly matched. Alright. Let's get shift back. Synchro summon into Baron. And our hope here is that we're going to have enough removal to clear out their back row and not get negated out of this game. Ash Blossom really good against the Dinomorphia trap because it stops them from activating. There we go. Dinomorphia domain, we can Ash. Stop them from doing their fusion summon. Opponent has the Frenzy. We're going to have to try and negate the Frenzy as well. But opponent has an Imperm. Alright, Baron is negated. So opponent's Frenzy is going to resolve. And this is bad news for us. Alright, we don't have the Sprights. If we had the Sprights, we could do Sprite play and banish this Rex turn with the Sprite field spell. Ooh, very, very pretty prismatic Rex turn. But our fish are actually very weak to dinosaurs. Alright, now I was thinking, alright, I'll attack with Baron, clear his activation of the Rex term, and then I have triple evenly matched I can activate. Alright, so accidentally in the Imperm column, that's all good. That was I did that on purpose. Evenly matched part 2, banish their back row. Now he just has the Rex term, but none of our monsters can activate. Can't activate monsters with attack greater than their life points. Sorry, yeah, greater than their life points. So that is all of our monsters. All of our monsters have more than 1,000 attack, except the Tunas. So how do we clear the Rex turn? How do we clear it? I don't think we have a way. We Snopios here. Snopios, get sneaking on in. We need to draw the Sprights. That's the real answer. And we're going into double Azcan. Going into Masquerade because I'm realizing I can't activate the Azcan. I made a misplay, alright? I made a horrible misplay. Shift coming back. But we can't activate our Masquerena. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to draw Sprights. We got to get moving. We got to win some games. So we're going to skip this game, and we're going to go on to the next one. Alright. Another interesting hand. We got the Max C going first. And we got, finally, a hand that is a mix of fish and Sprights. Let's see if we can combine the fish and Sprights to make a fish Sprite board. Let's go. Lifelessly Fish. Gonna send a shift to the graveyard. Banish the shift. Activate E-Telly. Now this is the real reason to play Gamma, is so you can play E-Telly and special it to the field. Now we got a 2. We can special summon the Carrot. Go into the Gigantic. Now we can activate Gigantic since we did our not level 2 plays already. Get the Blue. Get the Jet. Jet activate. Get the Starter. Starter gonna activate. Get us the red. Now we got Monster Negate. And Spell Negate in play. Sprite Elf. Gonna get back. The Carrot. Link 2 into Masquerena. And now we got it. We got a board with Sprights and Ghotis live. We're gonna rip that Max C in the standby phase. Yo, you know what? Konami ban it. I'm gonna keep ripping it in the standby phase until Konami bans that card. Tier Element Scream. Gonna get activating. We're gonna get our Sprite onto the field before this resolves, so we don't give him free mills. Opponent summoning Rhinoheart. Gonna get milling. We're gonna activate. Activate the shift. Synchro summon into the Arion post. Opponent sending the Shear into the graveyard to fusion summon. They're gonna banish random cards from our graveyard. All good. Don't need them. Arion post. Banish. Banish the Zep. Zep's gonna come back. Opponent's gonna fusion summon. Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay, Kalos, you know what to do. Get a card from the Maxi. Drawn into Snopios, very cool. Zep come back. Synchro summon. Using the Arion Post. We're going to make Azcan. We're going to banish that Kikalos. Opponent with Kikalos banned should not have very many plays. Arion Post going to search. Azcan going to banish. Opponent obviously going to shuffle. Are they going to leave all our fish in the graveyard though? Nope, they know. They know about the fish. They banished the fish, so we're going to sneak on in with the Snopios, banish those fish before they get shuffled away. Got to make use of them while they're still there. Won't shuffle our fish back. Banish. Banish the Kikalos. Target that Rhino Heart, so Rhino Heart gets banished if it leaves the field. Opponent sending a Crime to the graveyard. Crime is going to unbanish the Kikalos. I do not think so. I do not think so. That is staying in the banish zone. Negate with the carrot. I've never negated something so fast in my life. You do not get to unban your Kikalos. Alright, opponent. Summoning Shirin. Activating a bunch of effects. Alright. We got the ultimate play. Alright. You know what it is. You know what the ultimate play is. You can hear it. You can hear it coming. Opponent activating Havness. We already activated our Masquerena. It's White Woman time. White Woman. Steal their level 4. It gets banished because we targeted it with our Snopios. Opponent tries to activate in the graveyard. They had that level 7 monster that summons itself and then does a synchro play. They couldn't do it because White Woman negates an effect that summons from the graveyard. And they are done. They are out of here. We had Sprite plays on our next turn. We had Ghoti plays on our next turn. If any one game is the ultimate representation of the power of these decks combined, it is this game. Alright. We got a Maxi. And opponent. Pot of Prosperitying. We're going to rip that Maxi before they draw an Ash Blossom. But you know what happens when you activate Maxi. And opponent activates a pot. They reveal birds. So your Maxi is going to do nothing. Alright. Well, opponent, do your bird play. We all know it by now. While you're... Oh my goodness. Opponent got us. Our Maxi did nothing and they stole our Sprite Blue from our hand using a triple tactics. Alright, well luckily we got a second one. I'm going to do their bird combo. Alright, while they're doing their bird combo, you can subscribe to the channel. Because you know I'm going to have more quality content with the fishes coming up. Including Runic. And I think Runic is a really good match for the Ghotis. Alright, Runic Ghoti. This is like top tier Ghoti. Okay, so what's opponent got here? We know they have their Flounder's M-Pen, they got their back row trap. So we go to battle, we activate this, it clears the M-Pen, and then they do their whole bird combo, get another M-Pen. That's what we do. So we go to battle. But for some reason, opponent chose to do their bird combo before we went to battle. I don't know why. This feels wrong to me. Let me know if you're playing birds, if this is the right play, but maybe I guess if we had a way to pop their trap, like a Cosmic, it would have been right to do, I guess, in main phase 1. But we had an even lane, so maybe it was the right play. Opponent ended on a Mist Valley Apex Avian. Gonna let him negate our evenly at the cost of returning this to hand. So it kind of was worth it to use our battle phase for that. And now, main phase 2. Paces, level 2. Summon the Sprite Blue. Activate the Sprite Blue. Get a Jet. Summon the Jet. Activate, get a Smashers. Alright, now the guy who was playing this deck did not play Smashers, and I, for the life of me, cannot understand why. Because you activate Smashers, banish your Paces from the field, or your Shift, and it comes back. It comes back on the next turn. So why would you not play Smashers? It seems like the reason to combine these archetypes, other than them being level 2s. Alright, so Gigantic Sprite. Get the Carrot. Get the Sprite Elf. Banish our Paces. Banishing from the graveyard. We got to banish from the graveyard. Gigantic Sprite. Get that Flounderies and M-Pen out of here. Get back our Sprite Red. I said we sent a Carrot. We actually got the red. I know this one looks like a Carrot. That's why I was confused. An opponent giving up. Our Paces came back. We could do synchro plays using 2 Sprights, which we were going to be able to get back with our little Sprite there. And, I mean, opponent just giving up. We could have banished their one thing on their field. But opponent not willing to play it out. Birds. Running away scared. Alright, well, let's go on to the next game. Alright. got the Gamma in hand, and we are going second against Despia. See if this is pure Despia or if it is mixed with Tearlaments. Seen a lot of Tearlament players mix it. And if you're asking why don't you Gamma this, chain blocked. And that's why I'm not a huge fan of the Gamma. I think Gamma not great. People say, or the guy who wrote the article on this deck, he said Gamma is good because you can activate like your starter and then negate a Maxi with your Gamma and get a free Synchro. But I don't know, I almost never get a chance to activate the Gamma. Opponent summoning a Luber. Now we can negate here. Gamma negate. Opponent gonna activate Mirror Jade and banish to get a search anyway. So, did Gamma do a lot? Did a little bit. Did I get card worth of value out of it? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. Opponent sat in 2 back row, set in a Branded Banishment. Branded Banishment can target a monster, a level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard, and then special summon it and apply this effect. Fusion summon a level 8 or higher fusion monster from your extra deck. Alright, let's not worry about this. Draw, call by. Okay, what's the play here? Luckily, opponent activated their Mirror Jade, so they can't just banish this. We get to Sprite Jet. Sprite Jet. Search for the starter. Don't know what opponent's back row is. I'm really worried about Imperm. Get Sprite Blue. Activate. Get the Carrot. Now we got a Spell Negate. Get the Elf. Activate the Elf. Get the Blue back onto the field. Make a Gigantic. And opponent activating Branded Banishment. And we gotta banish that Despian Tragedy. We don't want them doing this because they're gonna fusion summon. Do not want the fusion summon to happen. Let's call by. Opponent cross out designate, naming call by. Luckily we got a second one. Banish that Despian Tragedy, and opponent activating Super Poly. Super Poly Confuse using monsters on either field. We gotta hope they don't have something that can steal 2 of our monsters. That would be devastating. Opponent stealing our Gigantic before it activated to make a Draxus Pelia. Okay. Alright. Opponent has no back row left. And they fusion summon using their own Mirror Jade, so our field is not getting wiped. We're not getting Raigekid in the end phase. So what are we going to do here? We're going to pass. We're going to set this right now, and we're going to pass. Okay? Opponent activating Draxus Pelia, putting a counter on the Sprite Elf. That is all good. They're trying to go to battle. We're going to activate it right now. Opponent put another counter on our Sprite Elf. We're going to banish the Carrot. Banish that Draxus Pelia. Now we can activate Sprite Elf. Get ourselves the blue. Blue going to activate. Get us another Sprite. And opponent doesn't have anything left. Sprites pulled through, alright? But that felt pretty much pure Sprites. And we'll get to the end when I talk about this, but I think my number one comment is going to be, this deck doesn't feel like a Sprite Ghoti deck working together that often. Mostly it feels like either just a Sprite deck or just a Ghoti deck. As you can see, we did it. We made it to dual level max. Now let's go on to the deck list. Alright, first I'm going to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and then I'm going to go do the card by card. Alright, so what did I really like? The Sprite package, it is so strong, alright? And the fact that most of the Ghotis are level 2 just does give you kind of free ways to start the plays. My favorite card is Ready Fusion. Ready Fusion really ties these 2 archetypes together because you can go into the level 2 Alvain, which starts up your Sprite plays, or you can go into the Roaring Ocean Snake and do Synchro plays. And I did not choose Rare Fish because almost always if you have the option to summon a free monster to the field, I'd rather have a free 6 than a free 4, because 6 lets you go into 8, which means Excel Stardust, which means you can go into Baron, you can go into Supreme Sovereign, essentially for free. So that's why I'm running Roaring Ocean Snake and the Alvain and no level 4 fish. So Ready Fusion, definitely worth it if you're going to play these archetypes together. Honestly, Ready Fusion is my sleeper favorite card. The free bodies are so good. I did not like Gamma. Cyframe Gamma, it just feels weak. Every time I feel like it might be useful, it's just not good. It's not what I want. You can't normal summon it, which means it can't be used to start your plays unless you're using E-Telly. E-Telly is great. E-Telly is great. And the fact that we have a target with E-Telly, is pretty solid. But is it worth having the brick of the driver, which always somehow ends up in your hand? I don't know. Not sure about that. Starter is mandatory at 2. The guy who made this deck list only had 1 starter in the deck. I don't know if his Porin only has 1 copy of it, because there's no reason why you should not play 2 of this card. It is so good. And I'm not playing D-Shifter, which he was playing, because I don't want to banish my whole graveyard when I'm playing Sprights. I think that's a strange choice. Evenly Matched is good enough going second. I'd rather have that than D-Shifter almost always. Also, of course, we're running the Sprite Smashers, because like you saw, you banish your fish, they come back. Alright, let's go through the card by card. Card by card. 1 side frame, triple Beautiful, triple Maxi, 2 side frame, triple Sprite Blue, triple Sprite Jet, 1 red, 1 carrot, 1 Paces, another shift, 2 shifts, Zep, double Ash, 1 Lifeless, 1 Snopios, triple Ready Fusion, 2 E-Tellies, Call by at 2, 1 Crossout, 2 Starter, 1 Smasher, triple Evenly, 1 Imperm. In the extra deck, we got Albane, we got Roaring Ocean Snake, we got Ariampos at 2, we got the White Aura Whale, the Excel, the Azcan at 2, we got Baron, we got Supreme Sovereign, we got Ghoti of the Deep Beyond, we got Gigantic, we got IP, we got Sprite Elf, and we have the Unrolled Goddess. Now, these are powerful decks combined together, right? I know people meme and say the fish are bad, but the fish are quite strong with their little banishing plays, wiping the whole field. You know, they have a lot of recursion, they have a lot of grind game. So I think these are powerful decks. If I were to make revisions to this, I would probably cut the Cyframe package, and that does mean cutting the E-Tellies. So what do you put in place of the E-Tellies? Well, there are a couple options. We can't put in more Ready Fusions, obviously, but what this deck really feels like it's lacking is more ways to special summon to the field and maybe more like valuable hand traps. So I might go up another Ash Blossom, another Imperm, and I might go up even more Lifeless Leaffish, because sometimes you just want to normal summon Lifeless Leaffish and get your Ghoti plays set up, and you know, use your Ready Fusions or other cards to like set up your plays. So yeah, I think just if anything was to get cut, probably the side frame and the E-Tellies. Alright, hope you liked today's video. Hope you come back for the video I'm going to do on Runic Ghotis, because Runic Ghotis is extremely powerful. That is probably one of the best combinations, and I have really enjoyed playing that deck too. So, alright, hope to see you next time, and thanks for watching. Have a good night.